I have got to spend a nice hour or so with Reggie last night. I've learned that he is a man of many talents and trainings. He's mechanically oriented. He spent time in different aspects of the auto industry, mechanical things, auto body and stuff like that. He's also worked in meat processing, where he once had to defend himself against an angry and armed butcher. It's an interesting story.
Angry and armed.
So when you got a Glock in your hand, it kind of brings you back.
He's currently very enthusiastic about the growing business of temporary and permanent lighting that can be for any holiday, but especially for the Christmas holidays. At home, he has 3 out of 4 children still living in the house, while trying to juggle the ups and downs of school and employment. He met his wife on Facebook while living in Kansas City, and she was in Denver. She has a photo album, a physical photo album, to document the long-distance relationship and courtship. He has a passion and aptitude. He has a passion and aptitude for business and marketing. He had a marketing meeting after our dinner meeting last night. He was going to work at 8 p.m. Man with energy and personality to spare, Reggie Gavan.
Dr. Doug, man, Dr. Doug, it's been a long time coming, man. We should have had a meeting a long time ago. I'm glad me and you and Mankel had a chance to get together last night at Taco Mac. It's a great place to meet amongst us because most of us, it's pretty neutral for us. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of gutter cleaning before the winter months, because oftentimes people that don't get their gutters cleaned before the winter months end up calling companies like Claire and, me after the fact, Jonathan at some point. Call us, because we all provide services that when you neglect things that you do around your home, most times, then you got to pay for it. And you got to pay a lot sometimes. So the importance of gutter cleaning is very important for your home, and why the timely maintenance is critical for your home's health and longevity, especially if you're planning to buy or sell, if you're buying new properties, and if you're trying to sell this particular home, you don't want to end up, paying a lot of money for, repairs that you don't have to when you can just maintain it. So here's my gutter cleaning sign. I've learned that in my time of doing this in 10 years, that when you provide more marketing for your company, you're just going to get calls that you need at times when it's maybe slower or something like that. So yard signs work really well. You got to watch where you're putting signs. You don't want to put signs in neighborhoods where it's soliciting and it's not what you're supposed to be doing by law. So you really want to be careful with that. Douglasville is pretty lenient with that. Lithia Springs is pretty lenient with that. Cobb County, not so lenient. Alpharetta's not so lenient. You may get a call from code enforcement. You may get a ticket. It's like a fine or something like that. It's not a lot of money, I don't think, but
More carrying the cop.
yeah. I've never been fined, but I have been called. They have called me before years ago when I lived in Marietta, and I was putting out signs, and they called me. And they were like, "Yeah, can you come and get your sign? We see your sign out here again. We're gonna send you a ticket." I'm like, I don't. But it's not that big of a deal in most places. But you just gotta watch where you put them. Some HOAs don't like that. You want to make sure you ask your customer if you can put your yard sign in their yard. Most of them are pretty cool with that. They don't mind you doing work at their house. So the role of the gutters in your home is to protect your home. You want to make sure you're protecting your home at all times. We've had a lot of recent storms that aren't so friendly to our homes, and we've been getting a lot of business from that. And so storms are good and bad. They're good for businesses. They're bad for us as homeowners that we have to pay for it. If you don't have insurance, then these are things you might want to have conversations with people like Vicky about to get yourself insured. Pre-winter cleaning your gutters is very important because, again, that stuff freezes inside of your gutters. It causes your gutters to weigh down, detach apart from your house. If so much of that weight and debris is sitting inside of your gutter, that's a repair. Another thing that I don't like, a lot of wives don't like it either, but most people don't like it, bugs. You heard Vicky talking about it not too long ago. The bugs, the rodents, all these different things, you're creating a mansion for them. If you're letting your gutters fill up and build up, you're creating places for them for them to create. So you don't want rodents creating in your gutters because they do that. We've had to be careful with baby squirrels in gutters. You hear the little noises and things like that. So we don't want to get into the wildlife if you just maintain your gutters. The main function is of you even having gutters is to divert the rainwater away from your roof. You know, you don't want that stuff building up around your walls and foundation. I've seen some houses, they don't have gutters at all. I don't really understand that logic. Maybe in some other states, I don't know, but sometimes you don't see gutters on houses at all, and I wonder, like, do they ever have water damage on their house? So things to think about when buying a house. Make sure you have the proper protection around your home so that you don't have to pay for those damages. They help maintain the structural integrity of your home. And you know, it's very significant for the gutters to flow clearly in the system. It's kind of like, I use this example sometimes with a lot of my customers. I tell them, I say, your gutter system is like a stuffy nose, you know. If you don't unclog, you're gonna have problems. It's not gonna be able to breathe. You know, you wanna let your system breathe. You wanna be able to breathe. So if you're not breathing properly, your gutter system's not breathing properly, you need to get checked out. You need to get yourself checked out to make sure everything's breathing the way it should be. Big branches is what I've been seeing after those storms that we've had. A lot of the big branches, I've had a branch, me and my son, we got a branch off of a customer's house from Steve and David to where I'm standing right now, and it was probably half of this size in width. So it was a pretty nice sized branch, and I was very surprised, and so was the customer, that when I told them that they didn't have a hole in their roof, they did not have a hole. It was a sunroom, and this large branch was just sitting on top of it. They called us for gutter cleaning, and I was, wow. Lifted that big branch up, and it was not compromised. So whoever made that sunroom roof, that was amazing.
It was no image.
That was amazing. I was very surprised. So I like those kind of roofs. I don't like stepping on roofs like I'm finna step in water. Feels like that. So the ice dams, they form when you form ice dams inside of your gutter when the temperatures change, which leads to roof damage. We call it leakage. So things like that you want to look out for before the winter time comes. They can lead to the water infiltration, increasing the risk of mold in your house as well. So if you like mold, do nothing. You know, that's what I tell a lot of our customers, like when they complain about, you know, I'm having water problems. Well, you know, I've been telling you to get your gutters clean. Let's get you on the maintenance plan. Let's do 2 to 3 times instead of once a year. You know, sometimes it's too late, and people listen after the fact. They learn a hard lesson, and it's nothing wrong with that because that's how we grow in life. What I want to say is, you know, also it damages the shingles on the roofs when it comes to, like, when we're walking on these roofs in the wintertime, we're not getting on every roof, and we don't even start cleaning gutters in the wintertime until, you know, 11 o'clock, sometimes 12. It takes a long time to warm up because the roofs are frosted in the mornings, as you know, and they're very dangerous to walk on. So most times we can't even start cleaning gutters until the afternoon when the temperatures rise. So that's something that I'm very precautious about my company and letting, you know, safety is a very big thing to me. I've never seriously hurt myself since I've been in this industry in 10 years, and I thank God that I haven't, and I hope I never do. I have kind of hurt myself, not really when I was helping a friend of mine build his business. I kind of like fell off a little a 6-foot ladder or something. It wasn't that bad, but I mean, though, you can break something falling off a 6-foot ladder. It doesn't have to be a 24, 32, 40-foot ladder. Let's see, where we at? Where we at on time, Jonathan?
We're at 6.
Maybe about 14 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, again, don't let that stagnant water sit in your gutters because, you know, it attracts those rodents and insects. You can cause the overflowing with the water that causes rot and decay in the siding, walls, and fascia boards. And also make sure like when we clean gutters, sometimes if they're very badly clogged, we don't have to do this a lot of times, but sometimes we do if they're really clogged. But once we clean them out and we blow them out, and they're still not getting unclogged, we take the water hose and we stick the water and run the water down the gutter. So it kind of helps break that debris up in there. And that, when you see that water flushing out of there, flowing the way it should, that's when you know you're in business. And also, I tell a lot of our clients, when it's raining, go outside. You know, go outside with your umbrella, put your rain boots on, walk around your house. That's when you can find problems. You find the best problems when you when you go outside when it's raining with your umbrella. Because most people don't want to go outside and look around the house when it's raining. But if you do things like that, you'll be better prepared for the things that are happening with your home. One lady, she had I'm not even allowed to. She had a hornet's nest. I'm looking for something. It was as big as that globe right there. I'm not even hesitating. She had a hornet's nest the size of that. I have a picture of it too. I'm gonna find it and I might show you guys one day, but it was about a little less than the size of that globe, and she said she never looks up when she's walking around her house. I don't know. I'm looking up. We're here to clean the gutters, you know, and looking for problems, and holy cow. So anyway, that was a record breaker there. And so you always want to walk around your house when it's raining, even when it's not raining. But when it's raining, you catch more problems if something's going on. And that's just preventative maintenance for gutter cleaning. I want to pass this. I'm going to pass it around. I want to pass around this. It's called a gutter scooper. We use this, and if you're eating up, you don't have to worry about touching it if you're kind of like, but it's not dirty. I haven't used it in a little while because it's not wintertime yet, but this is one of the tools that we use in the wintertime. When the gutters when they start getting frozen and you guys have neglected cleaning the gutters before the wintertime, then we have to start pulling out tools and buying, different tools to make sure we're staying efficient with our time when we're on these jobs, because otherwise, we're not going to win. With frozen gutters, and it's just best to just not even do it if it's too frozen. So when you have tools like that, that kind of helps break up things when it's not like rock solid ice. But that's a gutter scooper. And also, you guys don't have to touch this glove, but these are the kind of gloves that we use on the roof. If you want to touch it, you can on this side. It helps you stick to the roof really well. I love these gloves. They're very the material is just so much. So I've been able to have regular shoes on and just go down the roof on my hands just by using these gloves.
I've seen you do the spider walk.
Claire, I know you know about it.
Yeah, it's really similar to that.
Yeah, so you get a combination of your Cougar Paw boots, which are the roof shoes. They cost about a pair of Jordans. You get the Cougar Paw boots on, and you get these on, and you are Spider-Man. You're not going anywhere on that roof. But I wouldn't advise, some guys get comfortable with these roof boots thinking they're invincible. I would not advise running around on the roof like you can't fall off the roof. Those boots are just preventative maintenance. They're not meant to, save your life. They are, but you can't just think you're invincible with those kind of things on. They're a safety mechanism. So make sure you wear your rope and harness when you're doing those kind of things. The cost in savings, it's going to cost you a lot of money if you don't do these things. It's going to save you a lot of money if you do these things. It's very simple. It's very simple. And so, in conclusion with the gutter cleaning for the wintertime, just being prepared, just make sure you're prepared for the next season that's up and coming, especially winter, because that's one of the most brutal times for our homes, and especially people who live where I come from, Kansas City, Missouri, black ice, snow, Chicago. My wife's from Denver, so I've lived around a cold environment the majority of my life. So living here, wintertime is paradise for me. And next, I want to get into. I'll just talk briefly about it before I run out of time. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Christmas lights. I don't like talking about things a lot that I don't know about fully, so I'll just briefly talk about some of the things that I know about. And some of the things that I've learned at the training that I was in. These are the type of bulbs that we use. Those are called C9s. Those are the latest bulbs, the latest technology. They used to go with incandescent bulbs. They don't go with incandescent bulbs anymore. The incandescent bulbs are used for like movie shoots only. When you're shooting movies and things like that for a certain type of lighting.
You think a lifetime warranty?
Yeah, I mean, you can roll your tire over that and it's not going to bust. I can throw that at the ground so hard it's not gonna bust. I can step on it. Yeah, go ahead and try to break it. Yeah, go ahead. I'm serious. That's the new Christmas light bulb. Like, we can have a whole strand of Christmas lights, and we can be on the roof, and we can just roll the whole strand of lights on the ground and on the driveway, and it's not gonna break. My buddies do it all the time. So I love the new lights because I wouldn't want to hang Christmas lights back in the day. So anyway, yeah, those are called C9s, and that's my time.
All right.
Come on, man.
Go ahead and go into the next one.
Okay, on the front of the feed forward card, how many of you checked the box that says you learned something new about Reggie? Because of Dr. Doug's info minute. Thank you, Dr. Doug. Well done. Turn the card over, raise it high if you shared a question, so you can use to start a conversation about Reggie. Nicely done with an I for the referral. Reggie, that's a lot. New kindling questions for you for future info minutes. Now raise your feet forward card high if you wrote what you would tell about Reggie. Reggie, that's like 4 or 5. Awesome. Please add your feet forward card